Trojan Valley. What's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, happy Tuesday to everybody. Listen, it's still go time. It's on and popping. It's on and cracking. Listen, it is a beautiful day to be a Trojan. Listen, Deanton Lynn, USC's defensive coordinator, was on Trojan Live yesterday, and he talked about so many things that I kind of just want to touch on a couple of things, but there's something specific that I really want to touch on, and that's USC's defense really now hitting their stride when you're talking about what they're averaging points per game. Now, we know it's only been 2 games, only 20 points were given up this whole season so far, which is 10 points a game, which is a great stat, and we want to keep it at that, and we'll look at what USC's rank right now. Total defense right now, where they rank in the country. It's only 2 games. It really doesn't mean a whole lot, but this thing will continue to update as the season goes, because you guys know that they're lesser opponents that a lot of people were playing. We played opening up, with LSU, a big time opponent. And so you already know that they were going to put up some points opposed to some of these other teams that, like Ohio State playing Oklahoma. You're looking at all these guys are playing just a lot of teams that are not even considered they're considered FCS programs. They're not even like Utah State, which plays Boise State, Fresno State. They play those teams, the Mountain West Conference, but these other teams that are playing teams that just score astronomical numbers of points, it's crazy. So it's kind of hard to even tell. But once they start getting into the meat of the schedule, and that's why I'm kind of happy with opening up with LSU, it kind of gives us a measuring stick now to see where we're at, because now we kind of know that, okay, we open up at least with the SEC team, and so that gives us a kind of a better idea that we're not far off of where we want to be. We know that we open up against a big-time team, and I think that USC has something to kind of go by, and we can just kind of build on that, opposed to, and even the Mountain West team, a Mountain West team that's going to be competitive in the Mountain West. Those guys have athletes on Utah State's team as well. But one of the things I heard Coach Deanton Lynn say last night, he talked about all the different guys that were basically giving all their effort. He even talked about Eric Gentry, how they really still not all the way sure how they want to use them, and how they can use them. He made reference to that as well, whether it's off the edge, whether it's in the middle. It's interesting to me to know that they're still trying to figure Eric Gentry out, because the guy is, like I said plenty of times, Eric Gentry is a unique talent, and to try to put him in the right place at the right time, that is really something that they're still trying to figure out. But I think that was kind of interesting to me, because you've seen Eric Gentry do so many things on the field while he was on the field, whether it's extend that hand, altering the passes that are coming from the opposing quarterback, or whether it's coming from that edge. And I mean, he's moving and grooving on that aspect as well. But here is something I want to touch on real quick before I get into USC's defense. I saw something from a message board, and this is coming from a Florida message board. You guys know Ty Jackson that just committed. Here it is right here. Ty Jackson that just committed to USC. He was projected to go to either Florida or Florida State. Big time 4-star linebacker guy. And I think that what his father said in reference to this comment that I'm about to give to you guys right now is really what I want to address to our California athletes, Southern California athletes, Northern California athletes. All our California athletes really got to understand, because you guys know that there's kind of like a I'm not even gonna say rumor. Some say that USC doesn't go after the local talent, right? And I've told you guys before, whether it's Kingston, whether it's Peyton Woodyard, whether it's you name it, all the guys that we had, Noah McHale, all the guys that we had come through here, Roger Pleasant, Dakota Fields. There's so many guys that USC had opportunity to get, and they, Ryan Palem, they actually went after these guys. But, for whatever reason, these guys decided to go elsewhere. Texas A&M, Oregon. They decided to go other places. Georgia, not Georgia, Alabama. So you gotta you got to look at this thing. And as I stated before, USC brought in big time guys, Troy Polamalu, to basically entertain these guys, not chaperone them, but entertain these guys to kind of look, trying to give them some positive feedback as to what USC is really all about. However, they chose to go elsewhere. But it's amazing to me how you have other guys, big time quality players from out of town like Ty Jackson. Once they get step on campus and once they come with their families, it's like they get lost in the USC love sauce. And my thing is this: we've had guys on campus. We had guys this past weekend on campus. Madden Ferremo, he's a local linebacker as well. We had a big time edge. And we got other guys that are from the state of California. And don't get it twisted. We do have guys like a Lockhart. We've have guys now that are committed. Madden Raiola. We got other guys that are committed to USC that are local guys. However, there are still other local guys that in Heaton Lowe. Don't let me forget him as well. We have other guys that are out there that are local guys that can make commitments. However, listen, other guys from out of town seem to jump on it a little faster, in my opinion. Now, I'm just going to keep it real about this because there's several people in my comments, constantly in my comments about this. Why doesn't USC do this? Why doesn't USC do that? And I said, next time the situation comes up, I'm going to point it out, and I'm going to show it directly, opposed to pulling from past history like I have before and really try to point it out, because we're in that critical situation where these guys can commit right now. Like I said, other guys from out of town, they recognize the opportunity. They see Eric Henderson. They see Matt Ince. They see Doug Belt. They see Deanton Lynn. And listen to Deanton Lynn, the language he uses. He's talking about the defense, the scheming up process, and just how he's excited about Cam Fountain. He talked about him last night. I believe that these guys from out of state, I believe that they recognize that same opportunity. And why not wait? Why wait rather and kind of drag your feet and you see opportunity here? Because I believe, you guys can hear from me first, I believe that it's going to be a situation where this class fill up and they won't be able to take anymore. So if you have an opportunity, if you are a local recruit, USCJ speaking to you right now, go in and jump on board. You don't have to wait. Don't drag your feet. And this is what I love from this recruit from Florida. He said, his father said this. Listen to this. This is it right here. His father said this on Ty Jackson. He said, just talk to Ty Jackson's father. This is a guy named Keith Neighbor he's a Florida reporter from 24/7 Sports. He said, just talk to the father of 4-star Ty Jackson. And it sounds like they are very happy with the decision that they just made to commit to USC. And at this time, all future visits, listen to this, all future visits to other schools are off. And so they're essentially they're shutting it down. He says this: they do not find distance to be an issue due to the flight, the accessible flights. And so my thing is this: if guys from out of town could shut this thing down, if a guy from Florida could shut it down and recognize the opportunity, why can't our local? I'm not even about to have that excuse anymore. Listen, this thing is too serious. This coaching staff is too serious. The opportunity is too serious. And I think that you look at our recruiting class, I was looking at that, and I'm just going to go through them real quick. A couple of guys, because yes, we do have some local guys. However, it could always be more local guys for those who just want to see local guys. Me personally, I just want to see the best athlete. I just want to win. I don't care if it's a local guy at this point. I don't care. Right now our class currently sits at 15, but we will be going up. But you see Julian Lewis, of course, he's going to be our prize of the class, state of Georgia. Ty Jackson just committed. He's from the state of Florida. Matai Teaga, he's a local product. He's a linebacker, and we love him. He's a big-time 4-star linebacker. And then Kadarius Reddick, who just committed. He's from the state of Georgia, big-time safety. And then we got Tristan Castro. He's a local guy, big-time guy. Absolutely love him as well. He's a baller. Then we got Jordan Perlite. He's from the state of Georgia, linebacker. And then you have Cardi Smith, who just flipped his commitment. You guys remember him from Auburn to USC. He's from the state of Alabama. Then Corey Sims, big time receiver, 6'3", 190-pound wide receiver out of the state of Missouri. He's a baller. Then we got Tanook Hines out of the state of Texas, big time receiver. And then we got Harry Dalton, running back from the state of Virginia. He's an absolute baller. Then Romero Isaac, one who I really kind of consider to be a Zachariah Branch type of player. He is fast. I put up a highlight on him on my Twitter the other day. It's straight up go time with him. But he's from the state. He's from Baltimore, Maryland. And then Riley Wormley, who's a running back from the state of Texas, 5'10", 180 pounds. And he's a big time player. And then Julian Lewis's Julian Lewis's teammate. He's a big time player as well from the state of Georgia. And Dwayne Morris, athlete from the state of Tennessee. He's a receiver / running back. And then Gus Cordova, of course, who's an absolute baller, state of Texas. And then James Johnson just committed, wide receiver out of the state of Georgia, Douglasville, Georgia to be exact. Then Willie Wisher from the state of Washington. And then Elijah Vicona, we know he's a massive guy, 6'8", 355-pound offensive lineman, of course, Santa Margarita. But listen, I saw him standing next to Elijah Page during the game this past weekend, and he looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, he is a monster, massive size guy. So those are our recruits, and you see, it's a mixture of everything. But I'm saying this to say, I'm just really putting it out there that, look, if you are a California commit, why wait? Why wait? You see guys from out of town, they understand the mission, and they understand the opportunity. You don't get this type of coaching anywhere. And as I was stating, I listened to Deanton Lynn last night on Trojan Live, and he said this is basically the best coaching staff that you could assemble together. He talked about they asked him if it was his scheme, because you guys know he does different types of things, whether it's and he switches based on the situation. He's really like situational football. He'll run a 3-3-5, he'll run a 4-2-5, all kinds of things. But he says, look, I don't just run my scheme. I run Matt N's scheme, come from North Dakota, his expertise. I run basically anything that Eric Henderson may implement, Sean Newell or whoever, Doug Belt. All these guys have a mastermind brain. And listen, that's why I said you're not going to get a coaching staff like this just anywhere. And that's why I hope everybody, big time players, especially our local guys, sees the moment, sees and understand the opportunity. This is why we see a big time change in the defense. And USC's defense now ranked number 27th in the country. They were ranked, number 116 last year? Yes, it's only a couple games, but right now, 27th in the country, and we're only going to see it get better. And so, look, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. I got a couple of more things that I want to share in reference to some news and note items. This is Woody Marks. You guys know I absolutely love Woody, man. It's straight up go time with him. Woody Marks is now ranked, according to PFF, the third best running back in the country. You see Quinshawn Jenkins with a 92.6. He's from Ohio State. Then you see Trevor Etienne. That's out of the University of Georgia, 90.6. And then you see Woody Marks sitting there at number 3 with a 88.7. And then you see Scatterbull. You guys remember him? Cameron Scatterbull. Scatterbull from Arizona State. He is a really shifty running back. He's incredible. With an 84.7. And then you see Henry Parrish Jr. with an 84.1 from Ole Miss. So look, man, that is pretty incredible. 84.2, I'm sorry. That is pretty incredible. Woody Marks is making his stamp right now. Listen, I'm going to be bringing you these updates. You know, these things get updated every week as to who's doing what and how our team is making progress overall. Our team is making progress on the defensive side, ranking 27th. Our team is making progress on the offensive side, Woody Marks. And now you're going to see Miller Moss. He's sitting at the top when you're talking about Super West Coast football as far as his numbers. Miller Moss is sitting at 90.8, and that's his PFF grade. and this is all quarterbacks. This is a list from Super West Coast Sports, and they rate all the West Coast teams. So you see all the quarterbacks, and you see, let's see one that you might be familiar with. That's Oregon's quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, with a 75.3. And he's sitting there at one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm sorry, 15. And so a quarterback that they paid lots and lots of money for, look, no, not so. We have our very own Miller Moss here, man. And I think it's straight up go time. It's on and popping. It's on and cracking. So look, USC is hitting for on all cylinders right now. And when you're talking about a team really maturing at the right time, we've had guys that were here last year that really kind of didn't do nothing. They were just kind of silent due to the scheme. We know the scheme was messed up. It was jacked up, and guys got lost in the sauce. Now we were seeing people are asking me like, Jay, where are some of these players? Where was Devin Tompkins at? I said, bro, I talked to somebody yesterday. I said, Devin Tompkins been here. He's been here. This guy is just, he's being developed. We needed people to tap into the talent, tap into Anthony Lucas. Deontay Lynn made reference to him last night, and he said, we're so excited about Anthony Lucas. He said, we're going to move him in. We're going to move him out. We get ready to do this with him. We get ready to, and it's like, wow. I mean, the potential that has been tapped into, and I see a whole different person in Anthony Lucas, and I think it's incredible what's happening right now with this team. I feel so good about this team right now. I can't even explain it. And so, look, man, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. These are some of the news and note items, man, and it's straight up go time, man. So, look, I am out of here. You guys already know where you can find me. It's going to be USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Listen, I need everybody that comes on. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can find me at USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Until later on, I'm out of here. Everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.